holding, and you know, there's never too many opportunities to talk about script holding, right? It's just such a good one. So let's run through script holding one more time. The idea of script holding is this. You are the only thing that's going on. Okay? Everything else, all of the physical structures you see, the plants, the animals, the people, the houses, you name it, everything else in your life are just actors in your play. And they are acting in your play in order to give you opportunities to grow. They are presenting opportunities for you to grow. And we call them script holders because the way we see them energetically is that everyone's running around carrying a really, really big script. And when you do something, you respond to trigger, you respond in habit, you respond out of fear, you respond out of consciousness, everyone knows that that means turn to a certain page in the script. So you get triggered by the guy pulling in front of you on the freeway, and you do cascading fears, and you're back when you're 5 and somebody didn't see you and stepped on your toe and you're upset and you're all in that. Well, then that guy has to turn to page 500 and flip you off. If you instead say, wow, check that out, short factual, maybe we'll use short factual statements. I'm disturbed that that guy pulled in front of me on the freeway, period. I'm tempted to go into the past about this, period. Next thing you know, you can't even see him anymore because he pulled in front of you because he's speeding, so he's gone out of your life. Yeah. And then it's over. Because he turned to page 750 that says, just speed away. You've done your part. You've done your part. Now, you are having simultaneous experiences of being the script holder. So your script holding process of being the first one on the center stage is the same as you being center stage. And you're an actor in his play, he's an actor in your play, and it's all happening at the same time. This is the great thing. There's room for everybody to be center stage. And everybody interacts with everybody else's script and play. It's beautiful. How does it work? Well, you know, it's a complicated situation. And it works. And we don't have to go into the how of it, but that's really the best description we've ever come up with for what this whole earth thing is each and every one of you is center stage, starring role in your play. Everything in it is a supporting cast and props, etc., is there for you. And you're playing roles in other people's plays as well, simultaneously. It's all happening, and it's all the experience you're having. Why? So that experiences can come in, so that you can grow, so that you can experience the authenticity of you, so that you can become, you can start living from your soul's perspective by having interactions. And you've all agreed to participate in this dynamic with each other. It's really cool. You've all said, hey, let's play make-believe. Let's play make-believe. I'll help you, you'll help me, it'll be great. So as you start becoming more conscious and you start directing your play, creating your reality is another way to say it, directing your play, and you have people turning to the pages in the script that have them responding to the emanation of consciousness. See, you're making conscious choices, you're emanating consciousness, they're turning to the pages that are all about consciousness. So this is how your emanation moves out into the world and affects the manifestation you operate in. Because you're telling all your script holders to reflect the consciousness you're emanating. And when they act in an unconscious manner, you're standing in there saying, oh, no, I'm on page 500. Because it's my job to reflect consciousness back, even though you're giving me unconsciousness. Because you've come to that scene in the play where you operate from consciousness all the time. Right. See, it's the analogy breaks down somewhat when you get to that point, but we think it helps to get the sense of it. So that's why you talk about everything in my play is my responsibility in my creation. Because you're putting it there through your choices. Your choices of what to think, how to inhabit, how to manage triggers, how to process interactions you're having with people, how to deal with your past and your future temptations. All the stuff we talk about all the time. All that stuff that we talk about all the time is going on so that you have an opportunity to dictate a new play. What's the next act going to be? Well, the next act is going to be an act of consciousness. And I'm going to emanate consciousness into the world so that everyone around me has the opportunity to turn to a new page. That's why when you say, God, I have this relationship with this person, and they are so. It holds that dynamic. And that's why we said you can change internally, never speak a word to them, and the dynamic can shift. Why? Because staying with our analogy, our example, you're saying, I want page 500 out of you instead of page 300. And energetically, of course, you're emanating a different connection to them, and they're responding with a different response. So that's script holding 101, and that's why a lot of times the fun thing about the script holding tool is how often have you guys said to each other, oh God, there's a script holder. Like, I know that guy's script holding for me, because how could he possibly say the exact words that my mom used to say to me? How could he possibly say, how could he possibly have on the shirt that my dad used to wear? Like, God, talk about some good script holding. That's good script holding, right? Because you're creating the whole thing. So the script holding tool can be really fun when you start to look around and say, oh yeah, boy, they're holding script for me. I think that's kind of how you guys often say it, right? Oh God, they're holding script for me right now. And that's when you are what? Being conscious of the dynamic. Now, the one thing you have to be really careful with script holding is that, let's say you have a little tete-a-tete with somebody, and you don't get to say, well, I must be holding script for you. No, it don't work that way, right? No. You got to be real careful of that, because that's kind of missing the point. You have a little tete-a-tete, stay in you. This is like that short factual statement thing, stay in you. What is it that you're experiencing about them, their interaction with you? Not all of a sudden you're the high and mighty script holder, and it's like, well, you created me. Well, okay, hang on. Actually, you created them, and you're creating your reaction, and we think you might want to reevaluate the choices you're making right now, okay? But we've heard people say that. Well, I must be script holding for you, as like some way to get out of the fact that there's a discomfort conversation going on. That's a little bit not quite what we had in mind with the tool, okay? Yeah? Any questions about script holding?